Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be reacting to
The mystery of famous football drone.
At around 9:25
football
p.m. on October the
drone.
14th,
I think it's remember when the Serbia versus Albania, and there was they flew in a drone in that match, and it started the whole little thing.
Okay.
2014, a European Championship qualification match between Serbia and Albania in the Partizan Stadium Belgrade had just kicked off, and the atmosphere was febrile. The two countries shared a hostile history, centuries of colonization, wars and conflict, and most recently the 1999 Kosovo War, waged between
You know, it would be interesting to do those videos. I remember how we have done videos of what Serbians think of Croatians, what Croatians think of Serbians. It would be interesting to see what Albanians think of Serbians and what Serbians think of Albanians. Because, when we did the Croatia Serbia those videos, both parties they felt like they're the same people. It's just the government issues. Here, this event kind of gives me that they do not feel they're the same people. There's beef. Like, it gives like the people themselves don't like each other. So I would like to see if that's true, or is it, I don't know.
There's a new TV show. It's called Neighbor Wars. This reminds me of that.
What is it about?
Like you fighting with your neighbor. Like for example, if you have a tree that's growing too much, and then it goes over to your neighbor, and your neighbor's upset, they start to cut it, and then it starts a whole war.
in Belgrade and its ethnic Albanian population in the south. That conflict led to thousands of deaths, mass displacement, and the NATO bombing of Serbia. Kosovo unilaterally declared independence from Serbia in 2008, and a deep well of resentment remained on both sides. Albania and Serbia had not played each other since the 1960s, and because the two countries had not been directly at war with each other recently, UEFA had not separated them in the draw for Euro 2016, as they did, for example, with Armenia and Azerbaijan, or Ukraine and Russia, although the game was deemed high risk enough to ban away fans.
Ukraine and Russia was even before this.
Crimea was in 2014, so I think since
So
Crimea,
The Albanian anthem and chanted death threats. But then, in the 42nd minute, the stadium fell silent. A quadcopter drone was gliding down over the pitch, carrying a red and black flag festooned with Albanian ultra-nationalist symbols, including the word autochthonous, derived from the ancient Greek word that means native. The silence was broken when
Of course, it's the Greeks. It's the Greeks.
Maybe someone
Serbia
else
defender
started
Stefan
this.
Mitrovic grabbed the flag and pulled the drone down. A brawl erupted over the flag, the crowd invaded the pitch, and the Albanian players were attacked as the referee halted the game. The match was abandoned, and Serbian police searched the dressing room looking for the drone's remote control, thinking the pilot was close by. When the drone controller wasn't found, the blame centered on the Albanian delegation in the stadium, which included the Albanian Prime Minister's brother. But nothing was found on him either. The Serbian authorities claimed the drone was the scenario of a terrorist action planned in advance. But the
Right,
I can see that.
in a case like this, it doesn't, honestly, my guess would be Serbians trying to pin it on Albanians. That's what I would think. They try to provoke it. They know it would cause commotion, so they're trying to fuck Albania. Because I feel like for Albanians to do it themselves, it's kind of like too obvious. Like, you don't want to do something
It
that's
was an
obvious.
Albanian player who pulled it from the drone. Like,
Oh, I don't know who pulled it from the drone. But just to kind of fly in, I feel like for Albanians would be a little self-sabotage. So it would be smart for a Serbian to do it, to kind of blame it, pin it on, or could be a third party just wants chaos. Like, there's some people that are just anarchists. They just want anarchy, and they can start shit. Yeah, just start a commotion.
drone pilot was
Because like what we see here, like I feel like in LA protests right now, I feel like there is the peaceful protest, and then there's people they just want to riot. Like they're not down for the cause. They just want to break shit, throw rocks at the cops. So I feel like there's people like that everywhere. So maybe they just want to just start shit. Like, some people just like that.
already making his escape. He was not a member of the Albanian delegation or related to a powerful political family. He was a working-class crane operator living in Italy who'd invented a crazy plan and now sparked a diplomatic crisis.
You see? Yeah. Some motherfucker has nothing to do with nothing. He just wants chaos.
4 years earlier, Ismail Marina had just got home and turned on the TV after finishing his shift on a Milanese building site. Italy were playing Serbia, but the match was abandoned after 7 minutes because of crowd violence. At the front, two notorious Serbian hooligans scaled a fence, and using a flare, they burned the Albanian flag. The act so incensed Marina.
An Italy game? What does Albania have to do with this? That's random.
Who was also a member of the Red and Black, the ultra group of the Albanian national team, that he began plotting his revenge. Although it wasn't until February 2014 when the qualifying
Oh, so
draw
I
for
guess
Euro
he was of Albanian descent or something then? I don't know.
2016 was made, and Albania and Serbia were paired in the same group that his plan came together. Marina came up with the drone plan after seeing some children fly a drone in a local park. He bought one, practiced flying it, and designed a banner with Albanian ultranationalist heroes on it. He travelled to Belgrade and scoped out the Partizan Stadium, looking for a vantage point to fly the drone. He settled on the Church of the Archangel Gabriel, a few metres from the Partizan Stadium's entrance. A few days before the match, Marina and a friend, the getaway driver, drove to Belgrade. They were stopped and searched along the way, but they were let through with the drone. Then, the night before the match, Marina took his drone and flag and hid in the church for 17 hours before kickoff, waiting for the match to begin.
Wow.
When it did, he flew the drone into the stadium and pandemonium erupted. He left the
So
controller in
even
the
when they
church,
did-
returned to the car.
Even when they were doing the searches, no way they would find it in the building. They thought it was in the building.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
I
escape
didn't know the drone can operate from such distance away.
Yeah,
like
the
this.
drones can operate.
Wow.
They can operate far.
South into Kosovo as the police tore the stadium apart looking for him. At first, the Serbian authorities suspected that it had been an elaborate provocation, backed by a state actor, or perhaps the CIA, MI6, or NATO. But 6 months later,
Never
Marina came
MI6.
clean in the Albanian
It's the British CIA.
Oh.
press, admitting that he was the pilot. Instantly, he became a national hero. He was swamped everywhere he went.
Wow.
Albanian rappers even featured him in their music videos. His autochthonous
Really?
flag was sold on seemingly every street corner in Tirana, Albania's capital city. But not everyone in Albania was happy. You see, a year after the Belgrade match, Serbia was due to play the return fixture in Albania. Marina was at the height of his fame. Serbia were given a 3-0 walkover after the game was abandoned on the grounds that Albania refused to resume. But after an appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, that decision was reversed, and Serbia were also given a 3-point deduction and ordered to play 2 games behind closed doors. Serbs were incensed, but Albania were now on the verge of qualifying for their first ever major championship, and most of the country thought that Marina should take some of the credit. But the day before the match, Albanian police arrested Marina and charged him with illegal weapons possession. It later emerged that the authorities were looking for any pretext to arrest him in case he planned a repeat of his Belgrade shenanigans. Albania did indeed qualify for Euro 2016, but Marina's story didn't end there. He spent the following months in jail before being released under house arrest. When he tried to return to Italy undocumented via the border between Croatia and Montenegro, he was arrested again by Croatian officials. But this time it was at the behest of Serbia.
What is
Unbeknownst to him,
undocumented? They don't have a.
Albania, I don't believe they're in the EU. No.
Oh.
an Interpol red notice had been issued for his detention and extradition to Serbia to stand trial for the drone incident. For months, he sat in a Dubrovnik jail as a diplomatic row raged between Albania, Croatia, and Serbia. Marina, who'd received thousands of death threats, including from the Serbian mafia, feared that he would be murdered as soon as he was jailed in Belgrade. And in July 2018, after protracted negotiations between the Croatian and Albanian prime ministers, Marina was eventually deported to Italy. After a brief stay in an Italian prison, he was allowed to return to his family in Milan, where the story began. Even now, Marina says that he still fears for his life, but he doesn't regret his part in perhaps the greatest act of troll.
I see why he
Really?
fears for his life. Yeah, I don't, honestly, that's not, I would not cop to this. Like, even if you do
Why
that.
did he do that in the first place?
He
That's
wanted.
so
He clearly
risky.
wanted attention. He wanted
Oh.
attention. But if I am able to successfully execute this, bye. You not catch me.
Trolling
You don't
in
need the
history
credit.
of football.
Because the whole point was the revenge, right?
Yeah.
So you got your revenge. What the fuck you need the credit for?
Wow.
So it's clearly then the point was not the revenge. The point was the fame. But with fame comes consequences,
yeah,
aka
yeah,
Serbian
yeah.
mafia. So fuck around and find out.
Wow, that is scary. Can I
It
see the
is.
comments? Wow. I wonder how he's doing now.
Fun fact: remember Ukrainian fans turned the Russian flag upside down. Bosnian fans started was a Serbian flag and attacked them. Love the Balkans. What the
Oh.
fuck? Doesn't the Serbian flag have the logo, like the coats of arms on it, though? That's nothing screams Balkan nationals like living abroad.
Mm.
I expect a cordial, respectful comment section on this one.
Yikes.
It's really outlandish what a single flag flown at the right time in the right place can make people go insane.
So now they don't allow them to play together.
No, I think they can. They just
They
played.
can?
They just played a couple of weekends ago. Yeah, they played.
Oh.
The match was quiet. Just a couple of glass bottles thrown.
Oh.
Just nothing.
Okay. Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, and as always, share as much kindness as possible.